The captain's glass eye. The Black Gull Tavern reeked of spilled rum and salt air, a place where sailors swapped tall tales over flickering candlelight. But none were as notorious as Captain Elias Grimm, the one-eyed devil of the Crimson Tide. His glass eye, an eerie, milky orb, had been a thing of legend, said to hold secrets only the dead should know. One storm-ravaged night, after too much drink, Grimm staggered to his feet, slamming his mug against the table. "You dogs want to hear a tale worth more than your miserable hides?" he growled. The room fell silent. "The greatest treasure the sea ever held lies in wait, and the key—" He plucked the glass eye from his socket with a wet pop. "Is right here." Grimm dropped the eye into a basin of still water, positioning a candle beneath. The flame flickered, then expanded, projecting ghostly lines onto the ceiling beams. A map took shape, an island wreathed in jagged cliffs, a great black X at its heart. The crew gaped, the promise of gold gleaming in their rum-dulled eyes. By dawn, the Crimson Tide was cutting through the waves, its crew bound for the Forsaken Isle, the curse of Blackmore. After days of relentless sailing, they found it, Blackmore Isle, where no birds sang and the air stank of decay. The map led them deep into the jungle, where gnarled roots twisted like grasping fingers. At last they reached the site, a yawning cavern mouth in the cliffside, its entrance carved with ancient symbols. Within, mountains of gold gleamed in the torchlight, chests spilled with jewels, goblets stacked like fallen towers. The crew cheered, falling upon the horde like starving wolves. But Grimm held back, his gut tightening with unease. A whisper curled through the air, cold as grave dirt. The gold shifted not by their hands but on its own. Then the bodies came, skeletal forms, flesh still clinging in rotting strips, pulled themselves free from the coins. Hollow eye sockets dripped with inky blackness, their mouths stretching in silent, eternal screams. One pirate stumbled back, but the moment his boot touched the gold, hands shot up from the pile, dragging him down. He shrieked as his flesh melted away, bones cracking as they were wrenched into the mass of the cursed dead. More crew met the same fate, their screams swallowed by the cavern's unnatural hush. The treasure was no prize. It was a graveyard, cursed to devour any who sought to claim it. One man survived. Callum Rigg, the youngest deckhand, had been slow to take his share. He stood frozen as his captain and crewmates were swallowed by the gold, their bodies contorting, stretching, becoming part of the damned horde. The shadows licked at his boots, whispering his name, promising him riches beyond measure. But Callum ran. He ran without looking back, without stopping, until the taste of salt filled his lungs and the ship's rowboat was beneath his shaking hands. He never spoke of how he got back to shore, only that he returned, barely breathing, his hair gone white, his eyes hollow, but clutched in his fist was a single gold coin. They say he spent it that very night at the Black Gull, buying rum to drown the horrors he'd seen. But the next morning, the barkeep found him in the alley, his mouth split open in a silent scream, eyes melted into pools of black tar. The coin was gone. No one knows where it went. But sometimes in the candlelight, if the room is silent enough, a ghostly map flickers on the ceiling, beckoning another fool to claim the cursed gold. Please like and subscribe.